There's really not much. I'll be honest. There's not much left into this because we're gonna basically get to Waterdeep quick. But I do want to at least give you guys your just desserts. All right. So, wait. Let me know when you're back on.
Oh yeah, we're back.
Oh,
Actually, you
cool.
know
All
what? Let me
right.
go grab a glass of water. Give me one sec. Chatter
Well, you could
amongst
bring.
yourselves.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this is hilarious. I was he supposed to be the big bad of the encounter, Benny?
Well, yeah, in a way. But it is funny because like just that lightning though, that lightning though, and then the fact that it was area attack too, and they just bunched up right around Ralph. Yeah, forget it. That was.
Yeah, I mean that's my favorite druid spell, like of all time.
Yeah, they basically the only person that really took damage was Ralph, and it was from you. I think he got hit once, right?
Well, yeah, he took like 13 points of damage.
Yeah, and the most damage was more from the lightning. But but yeah, that's cool. I mean, it was meant to be sort of interlude. Anyway, yeah, it's not gonna be like a like a battle to the death. But yeah, and plus, actually, what I was doing was I had accounted for random encounters, and so a lot of it was, that there were, like things passed without issue for the most part. So I was just sort of like looking to see if, like did something happen here? Did something happen there? Like at certain beats. And in some cases, one of them was that actual the arch. That could have been a monster.
Also gonna take a leak. One sec.
Hmm. Yeah, because originally the way my character was kind of built is I almost had that was like the only like offensive spell I had.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the other thing too. Like, I don't know if you heard that while we were talking post game, but I didn't even know that because I didn't look too deep into like the spell selection so much. And so all Peter's character is more of an illusionist, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I thought that since he was like the highest level character, that he was gonna at least have um, some heavy hitting spells, but it didn't go with his thing, right? So with his character concept. But it's like, oh, that changes a lot because I'm thinking like some of the monsters I had, like were gonna be made for like, okay, a 8th level wizard is gonna, sort of help to wipe the floor with. But I was like, oh, okay, it's like that. Okay, cool. Like it's not like fireball left and right, like
Well,
Ralph would have made.
yeah, no, like I think of the characters aside from like like spell casting wise, I'm the heaviest hitter.
You probably are, yeah. Because aside from, and actually, funnily enough, Ralph has used Shatter twice to pretty decent effect. Um, so it's funny that he's got that arcane, not the arcane, what
The
do you call
Eldritch
that
Knight.
fighter? The Eldritch Knight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's funny. So, and I think John is either all rogue or rogue bard, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I think he might be 3 and 3,
yeah.
or no, because he's level 5, so I think he's 3 and 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Krzysztof's the warlock.
Oh yeah, what is Krzysztof's character? Because I had no idea what he even picked. Because I remember his stats, but all of us talked about our characters except for him.
Yeah, yeah. And what it is like, we talked a lot on the back end of like, so I know about his character to a certain degree more as a concept. But yeah, I have to get his character sheet up to see what to pick. But it's I think it's mostly warlock. There might be some rogue in there.
Yeah,
Because he used the sneak attack. Yep. Perfect.
yeah, because I know what's funny is I remember telling Peter I knew exactly the build that he's going for with Cathixis.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, because that's the first thing he did. He cast darkness, and since he's got the eyes for the warlock that like, you see in the darkness, um, he was able to basically have advantage on the attacks while he's in it. So yeah, the poor scorpion had no idea.
Yeah, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, but he's got a very interesting, like, it's kind of a funny concept, and I don't want to give it away like unless it like reveals itself like that. Yeah, it's funny the stuff he came up with because I don't think he remembered it until game day again. That like, oh yeah, that's right. That's it, like this that. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah,
All
it
Peter.
was. Hmm?
No, I was just saying all Peter joining. hoping.
Oh yeah, he has it muted though, just so that way he could like listen. Um, but yeah, I mean that's a big reason because, like I was saying before, I had the prodigy feat,
Mhm.
but that's big. So I could have made my my charisma 20,
Oh wow, yeah.
but since they changed it so that way like it gives you expertise in a skill, you get like another skill, and then you get like a language and like a tool proficiency and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So since it didn't give me that, I was like, there's no point in me taking that anymore, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they changed a few things around. Some of the spells, like that were in the starter spells, they changed around a little bit, and in some cases better.
Yeah, like they definitely like they tweaked stuff, and you know I'm all for it. It was just that I had to change a feat in order
Yeah.
to get that. And so what I decided to do is I was just like, you know what? Me, if I was especially like a student and was doing magic, I'd want more magic. So that's why I was like, let me take magic initiate.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
it
I
makes
was
sense.
yeah, and then that's why I took warlock, because warlock is the closest thing to like a witch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, and so then that's why I was like, oh, and I'm like literally training with witches, and my character is kind of like going that path. So I was like, I might as well just do that. And then I forgot how multi-classing goes with full casters. So it's like I literally have the exact same spell slots as if I was a 7th level full caster. I just don't get like the like I because I have a 4th level spell slot, but I don't have access to a 4th level spell.
Yeah.
It's not that bad because you get to boost up the spell at least.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because imagine if I was using Hex and then I cast a 4th level Dissonant Whispers.
It's exactly how I use my my Sorkidin, because he can't really use that high level stuff, but I have all those slots for them.
Yeah. So, but because what would he be considered? Because he's a full caster from that, but then he's only what, like a quarter caster from Paladin, or like a half caster.
So currently, he's 6 Paladin, 7 Sorcerer, which gives him a caster level of 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's amazing.
But I'm still thinking like if I should take away those, because we gained 2 levels. Thinking about taking away those 2 levels so I can get into Warlock, because I really want that like Eldritch Smite, man. It's gonna be so powerful.
But it doesn't matter because you have like your divine smite.
I know, but they stack.
Well, they stack, but you still like all it means is that you'll just get like one really good hit, and then you'll burn all of your spell slot.
But that's the thing. That's the beauty, because I have so many slots.
Okay.
And the sorcery points too.
Yeah.
But anyways, it just, that campaign will probably never happen.
What? The one
Where
that
we're like
John was
super
saying
powered.
again? You never know.
Or like half the team has like 30 strength.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking insane. But yeah, so yeah, we could finish off what you were doing, Benny.
All right. So yeah, you guys, it doesn't take very long before Guster's back. And so there is a the description. So it's the mayor. You assume this is the mayor he was talking about. Mayor is a woman, and she's got, she's not super regal, but if you've seen Back to the Future 3, remember Doc Brown's like girlfriend, that she's sort of like that. Yeah. And so she comes in and she says, "Oh, are you the adventurers that killed Kuga the Tongue?"
Yeah, that would be us.
She offers a hand to each of you. She says, "I want to thank you very much, and as part of the town's gratefulness to the two of you. So I'm surprised that just the two of you could pull this off. But it's a testament to your strength and character. and she offers there's a pouch, and it's clearly money in it. And so she says we would like to offer you a board that has not been claimed by anyone until you stumbled along. And she offers it to you. She puts it on the table that you're sitting at, and she produces like a bottle, and she says, "This is our finest drink that we have in town. It came from Sundabar, and it's not much, but we hope you can at least enjoy it and spend some time in your friendship, and hopefully the town can provide a measure of comfort as you are here free to stay for as long as you want."
Oh, well, thank you.
That's very generous of you.
Thank you. And so now we have a few updates to make on our town board, and we can finally get rid of that wanted poster that we had. Thank you very much, gentlemen. May I get your names?
Oh, I'm Peter.
I'm Rafael.
I am Halia Thornton. And she obviously up, and she gives you
Oh yeah, yeah. When she like came in and was doing that, I got up from my seat and like shook her hand to be like polite.
Sure. And I'm the mayor of this town. If you need anything, just let me know. And if you're on your way to Waterdeep, we may provide a cart or of some sort that may at least keep you off your feet. Or if you just need horses, we may provide one. And just send it back. We don't have many of them. And so she steps out.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then she steps out. And so Guster stays behind, and yeah, so he's helping now. Marin's not done cooking yet. It's only been a few minutes anyway. And so if you open up the gold pouch in there, you'll see there was actually 500 gold.
Holy cow of life.
Yeah, so I'm definitely splitting that with my dear Ralph.
Yeah. Holy crap.
And so the bottle is it's not a potion, right? So it's clearly some sort of drink, maybe mead or something like that. So on you can sort of tell that the liquid inside changes color. It's liquor of some sort, but it's much darker at the bottom, and it seems to change color into gold at the top of it. But it just says in a really stylized script. And do any of you know Dwarf?
I know English and Spanish.
I don't speak.
Do not know.
I do not speak Dwarven, unfortunately.
Okay. Ralph, did you actually choose English and Spanish?
Yes, and I also chose my gaming set as Magic the Gathering cards. Okay. And my vehicle is a bicycle.
I don't understand, though.
So there is the label on the bottle is it's very ornate. It's definitely written in Dwarven. You can pick that out, but it's because that's a very common language, but you don't know exactly what it says. But at the bottom there is in common, it's sort of like written on a ribbon at the bottom, a stylized ribbon. It's called Dwarven Hammer, and sort of this seems to be just really cool little bottle of liquor that probably was in Halia's stash maybe, and she saw fit that it might have been.
All right, so while I'm holding it, I'm just gonna cast as a ritual detect magic on it.
Okay. So there is a faint air of magic about this. It doesn't seem to have the same strength that let's say you've cast this in the past on potions. It doesn't seem as strong as a potions magic, right? So it doesn't like potions of bowels with them or anything like that, or even healing magic. It just seems that it does have some sort of magic to it, but you get the feeling it's maybe an enhanced drink, just like something to enjoy your time with friends or something.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Oh, by the way, I'm just reading. I have a feature, Safe Haven.
Mm-hmm.
And so that means that, like, if there are any operatives of, like, the Emerald Enclave anywhere, they usually, how, like, thieves can't, how they put, like, signs and stuff in different things? So I can see secret signs and passwords that are secretly sprawled into different things, to know like if there's like an agent there or whatnot. So just so you know.
Okay. All right. Cool. So we'll say at least in from what you've seen so far in town and where you are currently, there doesn't seem to be any indication, um, that somebody as part of your faction is sort of set up shop in the area, and there's no indicators that point to anything to say like look here around the corner here, anything like that. You don't really see that here.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, so after some time, Marin comes out with full, an arm full of both meats and soups. And so she lays down the big platter first and holds the soup with the other hand. And so presents you with the mushroom soup, and whatever uh, sides that you may have asked for, and then the tentacle. What? How did you want that prepared, Ralph?
Deep fried, please.
Deep fried, wonderful. That's sure. I'll do that. I was gonna say it's tough that they would have a fryer in this, but there's magic in the world, right?
Yeah.
So you can't really. It's like Harry Potter. Like people are like, oh, why does he do this? Like, well, he's flying on a broom, right? Like how much? Like it's magic, motherfucker. Not like shit.
Yeah.
So, um, uh, so yeah. So the deep fried tentacles, um, fried in the Baldur's Gate style. Baldur's Baldur's Gate wings. It's they look pretty crunchy on the outside, and you can only hope that they're nice and juicy on the inside. But yeah, so that's presented to you, and if you start, eating or whatever, Marin actually says before she goes, she says, "Oh, looks like Holly brought out the good stuff," and so she indicates the bottle that you have there. It's like, careful with that stuff. That'll put some hair on your chest. And so she steps off, um, and goes back to working. Just let me know if you need anything else. Your rooms are all ready. Um, and just let me know.
I look at Peter, and I tell him, "Hey, you think what she said is true?"
That it'll put hair on your chest?
Yeah, because I don't really have much, and I kind of want a little more. You think this will actually help?
Yes.
Fuck it,
I
let's do it.
ask her, I'm like, could I get a shot glass?
Sure. And so she goes around back, picks up some shot glasses there. And so this being a dwarven sort of drink. Normally they don't drink these out of the smaller things. So she also brings another set of, just imagine like Ralph's mugs that he used to freeze. So stuff that big as well, just in case. Some people, especially humans, have a hard time sometimes with dwarven drinks. And so she'll put them all there, and she lets you choose whatever you want.
Well, I say leave a shot glass and a mug, just one each.
Yeah. So she puts one.
I open the bottle.
Sure.
And I'll pour, a shot in the shot glass.
Sure. And so.
And I hand it to Ralph, and I just say, "Here."
Well, bottoms up, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you both drinking it, or?
I'm not.
I'll drink it.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So Ralph, are you gonna just chug it down?
Yeah. Do you need a con saving throw?
No, actually, in this case, no. But so it's a real sort of. I mean, if this is what dwarves drink for fun, you don't get it. But it's real strong. It's a very bitter taste to it, and it's dark. And there's a lot of flavors there that you can't say is one thing or another. So it's not an ale. Doesn't seem like it's a rum, but it tastes like it's all of them. There's a little bit of a coffee hint to it, and so this is the kind of thing where maybe people with different palates might want to put a little bit of you know how like they do absinthe where they put the little sugar with the spoon on top.
Yeah.
You think maybe with different palates, people might want to put like a little dollop of sugar on this to sort of get a real strange little foam effect. But what you notice, aside from just that really bitter taste, and eventually it starts to smooth out. It has a lot of complex flavors there, but it's definitely what you would describe it as dwarven, for what it's worth. You, Peter, and Ralph doesn't just realize this yet. You notice, for as he takes that, as he downs it, immediately afterward, a little bit of hair grows out of its face.
Oh.
Yeah, and it looks like basically it's a beard is starting to grow out of his face.
Nice.
Yeah. I say, how was that?
Way to role play.
Inspiration.
What commitment. Sure, inspiration for you.
Yes.
Wonderful. Yeah.
So I ask how. So I'm like, so do you want more?
It kind of burned on the way down.
I mean, it does. I mean, I don't know if your character is a connoisseur, but it does.
I am not a
it's in the learned
connoisseur
taste.
of the alcohols.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, if you, I won't even make you make a perception check. This is your own face for the most part. You start to feel a little itchy on your face.
Oh no.
Well, it's your facial hair growing in.
Yeah. So if you go to scratch, you notice you have a full-on. I don't even know if you had a beard in the first place. Did you? Let's just establish
No,
that.
I usually
No,
shave.
I'm assuming that we look the way we look, just in fantasy world.
Perfect. Yeah.
So the way like I'm kind of dressed is actually very similar to like the way like my profile picture is on Facebook, the drawing.
with the
I
black-
look
with the black
exactly like
thing,
I
yeah.
look in my character appearance section of my character sheet.
Right. Okay.
I don't know if you remember that, but if you happen to be checking out twitch.tv/honorlastlife, it's currently on the screen. Shameless plug.
Perfect. You are pretty shameless.
Mm-hmm.
So you notice that when you go to rub your face a little bit and on the side of your cheek, there is a full-on inch of hair that's grown as part of what seems to be a full beard.
Krzysztof level?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
So similar to that, just not the shorts, but like the hat, and then like the kind of like the jewelry around like the neck and like how it's kind of like a cape, except underneath like the cape, I have like long robes.
Okay.
And then I have like armor on underneath the robes, so it's just like all like flowy stuff. And then the hat is actually bigger than that, but I am wearing it backlit.
Okay, cool. And is it also black?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's all black.
Okay, cool.
Because I'm not any sort of like position in the school, so like I don't get any like, because they're more about colors than anything, so I just wear so yeah, I just wear like the black, but like the hair and like the facial hair and everything is like that.
There's all Peter. Yeah. Cool. So that's fine. That is that's how you're looking. You have that little mustache, little thing under it, right?
Yeah, my little goatee. That's what I was scratching before.
Yep. And normally, baby-faced Ralph, or slightly stubbled Ralph, has now full-on, full-on beard. It's not like dwarven or anything right now, but it's full-on beard, like neck down to the neck.
Damn, I might have to shave this.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you guys continue eating, yeah, sure. Like I don't know if Ralph is gonna continue drinking some of it. But you know, you definitely start to eat. The food is pretty well prepared, considering they probably have never seen this animal before. But she's probably prepared things like octopus, maybe in the past. She did a pretty good job on that, and the soup is also pretty well done. It's seasoned, you know, properly. Um, you know, you can sometimes go wrong with mushroom soup, but you know, this is pretty well done. You
Hmm.
guys pretty much you're pretty sated. Actually, feel pretty good.
Well, awesome. Yeah. So, after we eat, I'm just kind of like, oh, would you mind, would either of you, I'm sorry, mind showing us to our rooms? I think we're good now.
Sure. And so just to clear up, like you didn't drink any, right? Like bottled it up.
No, yeah. Once I had like let him have some, I asked him if he wanted more. He said no. I just like it and put it in the bag.
Cool. All right, that's fine. And just for purposes of the game, it is the drink for every time you drink a cup from it, it's gonna grow an inch. But
Is it
you notice
magical beard?
I mean, it's real enough. It's on your face while it's on there. It's real hair. Um, but what you do notice is that you know you've eaten for a little bit. Seems to be like after an hour, um, the uh, the beard seems to start falling out and just starts to drop. You know,
What was the name of this liquor?
they call it the Dwarven Hammer.
Okay.
There is
Are you
yeah,
writing that
there's
down?
a
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm good.
Cool.
All right.
So, yeah, so we'll just say you pass the night. Um, you know, hopefully, you know, nothing with too much too many nightmares. Hopefully you guys have, you know, your souls intact. Um, you know, so when
That's us assuming that they were to begin with.
right, yeah, I'm not I can't speak for, you know, how tormented you are inside. But um you wake up in the morning, and it's one of those days you can feel the humidity in the air, but it doesn't look like there's any storm along the way. But it looks like you've got maybe not so sunny of a day. You probably got some cloud, and you can sort of smell that it might just drizzle, but
Okay.
at least in town. But um, as you get up, and I guess you go downstairs, you see sort of bright-eyed and bushy-tailed uh, Marin is there. You don't see Guster; he's probably snoring somewhere. And so she waves and she says, "You know, I want to thank you very much. And again, you guys ever come by here, you can bring your friends. If they're anything like you, we'll definitely take care of you again. We need more people like you in this town."
Oh, don't worry about it, ma'am. It just they attacked us, and we just had to do what's right.
You did more than just what's right. You did what's right for a lot of people.
I just love that accent, Betty.
Oh, and so yeah, so she'll give her despeditos, and you guys walk out. So are you going to make your way to Waterdeep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we're good to just walk.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Because I like walking. Ralph likes walking, right?
I love walking, especially with
Yeah.
you.
Aw,
You forgot to say no homo.
I meant it.
all homo.
Balls
alright,
deep, hobo.
Give me a second, girl.
Deep Roma.
All of the hobo. Are you still closing the store or like paying people out and stuff? Damn, that sucks for you.
It's Christmas is a couple days away. Yeah, I mean that's that retail life.
I don't know, man. I would never want to do that. I don't know how you guys managed it out for so long.
I mean, it's not so bad depending. Like, I know it wasn't that bad for me because my dealings with like customers were limited. Yeah. he like yeah, especially the position that he's got, like the hours suck like kind of, and they try to murder him with poisoned cheese.
Poison cheese, that's right.
But I mean, he yeah, you know, he made that money.
So you have to make sacrifice.
Yeah, because I mean, I was doing it. It was fine because I got to like make things look like pretty and like have fun creatively. And yeah, the pay was amazing.
All right. So as you make your way, you see the townsfolk are still going about their day. There's a little bit of recognition maybe that you didn't see before. As people go about the rest of their normal lives, you see some people maybe washing some clothes out in front on the street, and children, of course, playing around. You see some people give you a knowing nod and a look, and you sort of won this town over a little. Uh,
Oh,
with your antic there. And so, yeah, you make your way out, and it's a straight shot down to Waterdeep from Amphail. You've got, pretty much no real worry too much. It's a well-traveled road. You see, actually, when you get between here and Amphail, right, the road between here is actually patrolled. Uh, Once you start getting a little further in and closer to Waterdeep, you see a few soldiers coming up. They're guardsmen from Waterdeep, two at a time. Most of the time, you'll see them sort of patrol in and out along the road, um, and they notice you. They don't really know who you are. For the most part, it's a very large city, and as you enter, or I should say, as you approach Waterdeep from the north, it's basically there's one road that leads in through the north called North Gate.
hmm
That's very very simple. But where is the first place you want to go just before we enter the city? Just get an idea.
Before
wait,
we
what was
enter
that?
Waterdeep?
Yeah, like as you enter, like what are you gonna do when you come in? Just so I get an idea where to have your disposition.
Oh, I'm actually gonna go to a magic shop since getting paid.
Yeah, got paid it in. Um,
Yeah, because I'm gonna go buy me another magic item.
all
Oh
right, so
snap! I didn't even think about that.
yeah. Yeah, Ralph's an investor. He puts the stuff into the Doge coins.
The
Yeah,
the
so
Doge coins.
so as you enter the North Gate, it's well traveled. This is not the kind of thing where they're going to be checking every single person that gets in. They do have guards along the walls and at the gate. They're watching, make sure that they're more looking for maybe Thavian wizards or orcs, or more actual threats. But you guys look like adventurers for the most part. Um, and you enter the gate, and you've been here before. There's nothing special. You know where to go. You're not awed by the city so much. You've probably been raised here, right?
Yeah, yeah, I was definitely raised here.
Yeah. And so you walk down the what they call the high road is actually continues through the main street. And if you want to call it a main street, this is a thoroughfare, so to speak. This is a very large city,
Yeah.
but that road continues and actually continues arterial pretty much all the way down to the south gate, and sort of bisects the city, so to speak. But you know that if you wanted to go shopping, there is a part of Waterdeep right in the center called the Market, and so
Oh,
there's
the
bazaar
market.
there. Yeah, it's literally the market, right? So huge, big square, a lot of vendors, a lot of shops being set up. This is uh, this is the center of commerce for pretty much the entire region, right? If somebody's got a big shop, it's gonna be here. There's no other. You've got never went to the north, maybe Baldur's Gate to the south, but for what it's worth, this is a bigger city than both of those cities, right?
Yeah,
So
this is the city. This is the most highly trafficked city in the entire world.
exactly. You have all sorts of people live here, all walks of life for the most part, and it's a pretty egalitarian sort of thing. It's it's no dictatorships or anything like that. But enough with the politics. I guess you guys are gonna make it to make your way to the market. And so yeah, just let me know what you're gonna do. You guys know the way. You know this.
I just want to buy a magic item.
I
Sure.
I would probably do that off screen because I wasn't prepared for this
No, that,
kind of carousing.
no, that's that's absolutely fine. Um, and so we can probably retcon it. We'll just say that Rafael goes off screen for a bit. And so what do you want to what kind of you just want magic items, right?
I'm looking for a bag of holding.
Okay. So you're pretty familiar. There's a lot of different shops. There's some places um that you might prefer over others. Is there someone that you'd like to frequent, or do you just go to whichever place?
I'd imagine because like me as a person, I know if there's a place I like, I'll go back regardless because I'm into like brand loyalty.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah.
So if there's someone that I like, especially since like I am like a student and I'm someone who, like I'm studying magic and that's like my thing, I want to develop that good relationship because chances are, because chances are if there's someone that I like and I'm gonna be there frequently to like get stuff like components or magic items or books or things like that, then I want them to like know me.
Okay. Um. So, and just to clarify, what kind of magic item is it? A weapon, or is it gonna be like a...
Oh, you didn't hear me?
No, I didn't actually. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I said I'm looking for a bag of hope.
Right. Okay. Perfect. So, all right. So it's an item. So, so you also know that the market is aside from being just a huge hub of commerce, this also tends to attract the unsavory sorts, right? But you're familiar with their ways and sort of what to look for. You're not some sort of silly tourist that
Yeah, even though the problem is I do kind of look like a silly tourist.
yeah. No, that's fine. It's just, but you know better. You may look one way, right? But
well, yeah, and also my brother is a little bit of a scoundrel.
mm-hmm.
So he taught me like what to look for.
Exactly. That's perfect. So, you know one place that I'm actually choosing here because I have a few choices. But what you're sorry, I'm screwing up here. The place that you're used to going to is actually called Baltor's Rare and Wondrous Treasures, and so this is a place you go to all the time. They normally don't sell like weapons, but this is not what you're here for. And so they sell a little curio stuff like that. But you're pretty sure he's probably got something like that. Shops.
Perfect.
So,
What race is Baltor?
Baltor is actually a dwarf, and so yeah, so for the most part, dwarves do a lot of commerce in this region, especially between Silvery Moon and here and Neverwinter, and so there's a lot of commerce, especially so the dwarves normally have their citadels where they have their forges and everything, and then the humans of Silvery Moon each trade with them. Got places that sort of just do commerce with dwarven products, but dwarves in the region, well known to be vendors of different magical items. Sometimes they lean towards weaponry and armor, but Baltor tends to enjoy the smaller things when it comes to magic.
Yeah, he's a little bit more of a
Dwarf.
pacifist. Yeah, a little bit more pacifist than most dwarves.
Yeah.
All right.
And so you make your way, you make your way towards where he normally has his. It's more than stall. There's actually a little cloth, barring the way in. So it's not a closed shop with doors and stuff like that. But there's not a lot in the market that is a closed shop in that fashion, in that traditional sense, where you can just peruse, wide market, like sort of Sears, right? So you go in and you see Baltor. He's at his normal place where he's selling things. There's actually a few people coming in and out. You've got some people off to the side. It's a small, think of like a pop-up shop, but he seems to have a lot of his stuff behind the counters, and then he's got the regular like curios, different things, special coins from far away places, just on shelves, different things like on display, and most of it is behind. Anything that's worth anything is usually behind.
Yeah. So when I go in, I hate, like, I know he's busy, I know he's working. I don't want to like be boisterous or anything, but I kind of wait until, like his eyes kind of look up and like he sees me.
Sure.
And then once he sees me, then like like I just like smirk and like give him like like almost open mouth smile, like like teeth, like mouth closed, but like a really big smirk, like almost opening my mouth to smile.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, it's a no. He knows you as a customer for sure.
And I like wave.
Yeah. So as he's sort of he's finished completing a sale with a human that's in front of him, and he looks up. He's done. He's happy. He's sort of pocket coin. He looks up and he sees you, and you give him that knowing smile. And he waves. Yeah, he waves back at you. He's like, "Hey, how are you, Peter? What brings you back into town? You've been gone for a while, no?"
Yeah, it's summer break, and I actually just got back into town. Have you heard about what's been happening with? Have there been any actual issues with the Because wait, what are the actual name of like the teleporting things?
So the place is called Pathways.
Oh
which
yeah,
is just
yeah,
a franchise.
yeah,
Right? But
yeah. And there was
general. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was actually taking Pathways from Muldantir.
Yeah, Mulsantir. Yeah.
Mulsantir.
Yeah. So when you mentioned that about the having issues with teleporting, it's like, I've heard some people have been coming in and complaining about that. You know me, I don't really get out much, but
Yeah.
some people have been complaining about that stuff where they had to go a ways out of their way just to get into town, into city here. I've heard some of that in I'm gonna say the last 5 or 6 days. But yeah, you're right. That's did you have some issues?
Yeah, I wound up having to go to Amphail.
Oh, yeah, that's right north of here. That's not a very accurate teleport if you ended up somewhere up there.
Yeah, I mean, we were significantly further into the Crypt Garden forest.
Oh, well, that's dangerous out there. I've heard a lot of stuff around there. You've got some orcs and some just strange goings on.
Oh yeah, well, we were actually my friend and I he had to go take care of some business. We actually apparently took care of some pretty bad highwaymen that were messing with people.
I bet you messed with them back, huh?
I never mess with anybody.
You don't play around.
Oh no.
Well, that's good to hear. You're safe. You're safe and sound here.
Yeah. So I came into a little bit of coin because I unintentionally wound up collecting a bounty. And so I was wondering, do you have a bag of holding?
Bag of holding. Let's take a look. We've been that's one of our more popular items. And sometimes I have trouble keeping them in stock. But let me take a look. And so he has a little shelf behind his desk, and you can see he drops down, and you know what he's sort of searching through.
Yeah.
And he comes back up. He's like, "Yeah, there you go," and he plops it right on top of the table, on the the desk where he sells from, and right in front. It's like, "Yeah, there's one bag of hold right there for."
Oh, wonderful! How much do I owe you, buddy?
Cool. And so, bag of holdings are they uncommon or rare?
They're uncommon.
Yeah, 1d6 times 100.
Normally, they're 500, right?
No, they are normally 1d6 times 100.
Oh, yes, with the new chart. So that's fine. So he's gonna sort of look it up and give you the same practice.
Do you want me to roll a d6?
No. I was rolling it, but it's he gives you that same sort of practiced look of he's always trying to negotiate one way or the other. And
Yeah,
says,
and like while I see him like figuring it out and like kind of glance up, I'm just like looking like down at him a little bit, just smirking, like waiting for it.
yeah. And so he comes out. He goes, "Tell you what, for you, I'm gonna say 550."
I look at him and I'm just kind of like, I know you can do a little bit better.
Tell me what your offer is. And he's like, rubs his hands together because this is what he lives for. It's his life, day to day. He lives for the bargain.
Yeah, I look at him and I say, you know what? I love coming here. So if you shave 100 gold off of that, this is yours. And I pull out the bottle of dwarven hammer liquor.
Aw, snap, Peter.
When I was gonna make you roll, but this is wonderful. So, so when you pull the bottle out, he's sort of like, he can see right as once the label pops up, you could tell he sort of knows exactly what it is. His eyes light up, and he says, "Oh!" and he reaches out his hand to like hold it as if to
when he goes to do that, I like pull it back a little bit. I go, deal.
Let me see the label. So he wants to inspect. He wants to make sure it's not.
Yeah, I hand it to him. I let him know. I'm like, well, just so you know, I wound up cracking it open and taking a sip because I had no idea what this even was.
Oh, this stuff is good forever. And so like he looks at it. He is clearly satisfied. And so your offer was what was it, 450, right?
Yeah.
And so he says, no, this is too good. And so he says, we'll do a straight trade for this if you let me have this.
Damn.
And like his day is made, right? So this is clearly, this means a lot more to him than you'd expected. But and so what he does is he'll pull off the top and just he'll sniff it and he's like, oh yeah, this is the real stuff. And he takes like a little swig right from the bottom, right? He just takes a swig, just a big old chug, and immediately, right, like as he's putting the cap back on or whatever, he already had a pretty decent beard. It went down to sort of his nipples, let's say, right? Like it's nipple length beard for a dwarf, so he's that stocky, and it grows like a good extra foot when he drinks it. It's like it's basically down like almost to his belt or whatever, and he giggles a little bit. He's like, oh yeah, it's the good stuff. And so he takes it and he puts it off to the side, and like he has like a little special spot that he normally keeps things for people when they ask for for special orders for him to hold or whatever, and that's where he puts it. He puts a shelf like to close it, and that's where that is probably for the rest of the day until he gets to go home. But yeah, so you can have the bag of holding. Here you go. And he does that, and you need a receipt, and gets ready to make a receipt.
Oh yeah, I'm just like, no, not at all.
Perfect. You have made my day.
Oh, I'm so happy. I like put my hand on his shoulder, just like, and I just like thank him. Just like, I'm really glad that worked out for both of us.
Cool. All right. So, I don't know. Yeah, I know that Ralph is off. Probably, I'm assuming you're in the market as well. We'll just assume in retcon whatever it is that you get it.
I am in the market. Yes. I'm window shopping, and by window shopping, I mean looking through Xanathar's guide and looking through all those common items.
Yeah. So the common items, like, I don't know if you want to decide. We'll say the common items are more like when you go to the mall and they have those little kiosks that they're just like T-shirts or whatever it is. Sometimes they'll have like sunglasses or whatever, and so they're just there along the side of a section of the market, and it's sort of like in a way like the dollar stores of of all the magical stuff, right? So yeah, you can just pick it off, and there's a guy just on the corner of at the end of it, just waiting for whoever's going to pick something up. He's got it.
So there was this one. There's a common weapon item, It's
Okay.
weapon, any sword, and I was wondering if I could just replace the current sword I have with that one.
Okay. What's the
It's
item?
the Moon Touch sword.
Oh, it's
In
moon
darkness,
touch.
this unsheathed blade of this sword sheds moonlight, creating bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for an additional 15 feet. It's just a
Okay.
regular common weapon with
Okay.
that flavor on it.
All right. And was it a long sword that you had, or
I have a rapier.
a rapier? Okay, cool. So, 15-foot radius, dim light for an additional. Oh, bright light in a 15-foot radius. I got it. So yeah, you find that you actually find like about six of them, sort of in a rail. Like you see when they put baseball bats at like like for sale at a motels or
Oh my
something like
gosh.
that. Yeah. So you see them there, like in it. They have a bunch there. Um, and you could pick the front one, or if you want to get the good one, you could probably just take one from the back. Take out the first two of them, pick that third one out, and then replace the others. However way you want to go about it. But yeah, there's a bunch of those.
You want me to roll for that?
No, no, no. That's roll for what? For
It's 1d6 times 10 for a common item.
well, no, well, what I've got here in the guide is actually just 100 gold.
It's a what?
For magic items. Base price for a common magic is just 100 gold.
Is
I know. I think in the other chart they make roll, but this is since it's just a common. We'll just make it 100. And that's
Okay.
the sticker that's on there.
All right.
It's like a little tag, not a sticker. It's just a little tag hanging from there. Yeah, and it says 100 gold.
I'll take it. I just love this. It radiates moonlight. It's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So the guy takes your gold. He takes the tag off of it, and it comes with a sheath. And so he takes the sheath out because they don't sell it with the sheath on the rack. So he gets the sheath, scabbard, I should say, not a sheath. And he's got like its own scabbard. And when he puts it closed, you can tell that glow sort of goes away. Obviously, it's covered up. And he hands it to you, and you're good to go.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for your business.
Oh man, I'm gonna enjoy this sword here. It's like I got a
All right.
freaking lightsaber.
You do. A moonlight saber. Yeah.
Moon saber.
All right. So as you guys are basically done with your transactions, I'm guessing. Yeah, and you see each other across the way, across the market. Hustle and bustle, everybody's selling. Not just magical items. There's even foods. Here and there, you've got your like food carts.
Oh, I'm gonna ask if he has something else.
Mm-hmm.
Goggles of night.
Goggles of night. All right. So, let's see. That is. What's the rare?
Uncommon.
Oh, okay. So that I just want to look this up. They go gills. They do nothing. Okay, cool. So when you ask him that, he goes, "Is it goggles? Goggles? I haven't seen those a bit. Let's see." And so he's got a bunch of stuff, and he comes out from behind the counter, and sort of works his way around some people that are like looking at stuff that was on shelves, and he's sort of. It seems like he knows exactly where most things are, so he just skips over the other ones, and so you see that eventually he does sort of settle on one thing, and he sees a box there. He lifts it up, and he sort of opens it, and out of that box, you see there might have been some other stuff in there, but he does hold up a set of goggles, and he looks up in the holds them up to the light, so to speak. He says, "I think these are the ones. These." Probably what you're looking for. Goggles of night, probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he hands them over to you. He says, "All right, so something like this. What are you offering for that?"
It's like, oh, I'm willing to pay you, whatever you deem worthy. Unfortunately, that was probably one of the most interesting things I had to trade.
Yeah.
But
that's
yeah.
fine. I mean, my day is definitely made. So let's just. Boy, all right. So, uncommon items are all right. So that's not even. All right, so he's gonna offer you at we'll make this 150.
150.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, sure.
Cool. All right, so he'll sort of box them up if you want.
I say, oh no,
He offered?
no need. I put them on top of like the brim of my hat, so I look like witchy steampunk.
Yeah, so yeah, he puts aside the box he was gonna use. He said, "All right, very good," and he takes your money. Uh, and yeah, is that all you'd be needing for today?
I'm just gonna look around a little bit more. If that's all right.
Sure, sure. And he goes back behind the counter. You hear the slide open up a little bit, and
Mhm.
starts to undo the bottle. He takes another. Probably, you think by the end of the day, his beard's gonna be coming out the door. And so he caps it back off, puts it back in its little hiding spot.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at thing.
Man, all these items look so nice. They're like so not broken in the slightest, but so flavorful. It's like a good steak
Yeah.
that costs
Yeah, that's the
you
best
nothing.
part. Yeah, it's the best part because it doesn't break the game in any way, and it's fun. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you have like a +3 sword that does acid damage or.
Oh, I'm gonna ask if he has a headband of intellect.
Jeez. So wait, can you wear a headband? I know in reality, but like, is that like a thing with like head slot, right? Like, could you wear the headband of intellect?
All it says is requires attunement. They don't have slots anymore.
Yeah, it's just
That's
those
true.
three that you get.
That's true.
And so far, I think that's the only item so far that actually requires attunement. None of the other ones do.
All right, cool. So let's see. So it's a headband of intellect, right?
Yeah.
All right. So give me a high or low.
Low.
You should have went high.
Oh.
But yeah. So he'll come out and say, headband of intellect. I think we might have sold the last one. Some guy came in about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, he's a little pompous elf. Not too fond of this guy. Crap. But no, I think we sold that out. Come back in about a week. Might be getting more stuff in.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I should definitely be around during that time.
It's perfect. I think this guy's voice changed like 2 times. Well, yeah.
How
Yeah,
long?
and then-
How long are
Hold
we
on to it.
staying in this town?
Okay, this is last one,
Okay.
last item. Pearl of Power.
Oh, geez. All right. Give me a high or low.
Low.
Oh, perfect. I rolled a 3 on that. So Pearl of Power. Let's take a look. So what is that? The rarity.
It's uncommon.
Uncommon again. Right.
Yeah. It's basically an extra spell slot a day.
While this pair is on your person, you can use the action to speak its command word and regain one expended spell slot. If the expended spell slot was a 4th level or higher, the new slot is level 3. Once you use this pearl, it can't be used until the next dawn. Dawn of the next day.
Dawn. All right. So Pearl of Power. Get those in once in a while. And so he goes, and again, he sort of shuffles between some people, and he doesn't seem to find it out in the front. So he goes again behind the counter, digs through some boxes, and eventually comes to. You hear some shuffling, obviously, and eventually comes up, and in his hand, very small pearl. And he says, "All right, this is oh man, doing some good business today. How about 325 for this?"
You know what? Why not?
That's great. And so, I'm assuming you don't need me to wrap this up or anything, right?
Oh no. Not a problem. I'm good to go.
All right. And so he'll offer his hand with the little pearl in it, and he just offers it there. He'll take gold,
Yeah, and I just say I'm like, it's always a pleasure doing business with you. I'll probably stop by some point later on this week, just to say hi.
I will definitely be looking forward to. I will see you around, Peter. All right, you have a good time.
All right, take care. All right, and then I head out and try to see if I can spot Ralph.
Sure. So when you come out, Ralph is checking out the 1 gold general.
The 1 gold store.
Yeah, the 1 gold store. And
Wait,
and you see,
because how many copper make a gold? 10?
I thought it was
Is
like
it-
100 because it goes like,
Oh no! I'm sorry, silver.
oh yeah, it
Yeah,
should be
it's
10,
silver, yeah.
10, and then
So
the
then wouldn't it be like 99 copper?
99
that'd
copper
be
store.
great, yeah. The
So it'd be
99
the 99 copper store.
yes, 99 copper deals. Absolutely where Ralph just was, that section. And yeah, I'm just looking it up. It's silver piece, copper, gold. Yep, 10 silver piece. It's 100 copper, 10 silver piece.
Yeah. So the 99 copper store. It's like the 99-cent store.
Perfect. Yeah, and so you see him there, and he looks like he's happy as a pig in poop. He's got his sword. It looks like a new sword, in his hand with the scabbard and everything.
Hey, Peter. Yo, guess what I just got? Take a look at this. Vroom. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. It's bright as fuck.
You think you hear an audible hum when he pulls it out, but you're not entirely sure.
Yeah, when he pulls it out, I'm just kind of like, it's kind of daylight, so it doesn't look as impressive. Show me later on. So you probably shouldn't be drawing a sword in the middle of a market in a city.
Yeah, there are guards that are posted, here and there. They try to keep peace. In fact, I would like some perception from the both of you.
I don't have my thingy anymore, right?
Yeah, that as you woke up, you realize that wasn't, it's not there with you anymore. You do still feel a little sense of peace still. It's a wistful memory, but you don't actually have the benefits.
All right, yeah. So I got a 12.
Oh, Rafael knows, yeah. So, apparently the sword was maybe a little more interesting to Peter than he let on, but he doesn't notice. But Rafael, I guess, as he pulls out the sword and showing it to you, it sort of catches in the corner of his eye. There is somebody with the shifty eyes, sort of scouting out the area. He's not doing anything, but you get the feeling like, this guy maybe.
Who, Ralph or both of us?
Ralph does.
Oh yeah, I'm just kind of like, maybe you shouldn't be doing that, and then he's kind of like looking and notices it.
Mm-hmm.
As Peter tells me that, and I notice this guy, I'll go ahead and just like, oh man, yeah, you're right, sheath it. But at the same time, give Peter that look like, hey, look over there, hey. Like,
Yeah,
inconspicuously.
Yeah, I kind of like play with like the brim of my hat to like lower it down so like I can glance over in that direction but not look.
Yeah. So, when you do, I don't know if I want to make you guys roll stealth. Not really stealth, but but either way. So, when you look over, you do see, your typical scumbag on the street, and he's sort of prowling. And he actually does notice your attention. So when he looks up and he sees, he's like, oh, okay. He sort of looks off and brushes off, but through the crowd, not running or anything, but he's like, jig is up. And so because you guys were sort of, well, you weren't, Peter, but Ralph was sort of brandishing it up. It looked like maybe that drew the attention of this unsavory individual. But this guy looks like maybe you guys spooked him off by looking at him. Man, that's pretty.
Do you want to investigate that?
Nah, that's what the guards are for.
I guess, but what if he follows us to our room?
I feel really bad for him if he tries to get to my...
I mean, I
Lightning bolt.
guess, you know what? I mean, not a big deal, but kind of a big deal. I think we're kind of a big deal. I mean, not that big a deal, but we're kind of a big deal. If you know what I'm saying? Like you get the deal, right?
I do. Like we're a big deal for us, but in the grand scope of things, we're, if that's what you mean.
I like to think we were a big deal. Is what I'm saying.
We're an okay deal.
Well, we'll never be anymore if with that attitude.
I mean, got no problem. I'm gonna be a fine deal.
So we'll assume you guys are saying that as you sort of go to the market. Were any of you planning on visiting somebody or?
No.
Well, no, I'm just gonna ask Ralph. I'm like, hey, is there anything you want to do? Since we're back in town.
Not really. I mean,
No.
let's just chill, bruh.
Yeah. But by chilling, usually that denotes, going someplace. So, is there anywhere you'd like to go?
You want to go and meet up with the rest of the guys?
We could. I'm not in the mood right now.
So when as you guys are strolling along, and you sort of you exit the market area, it starts to die down in terms of how much the crush of people there actually are. And so you start heading out. You see somebody that you see all the time, Rafael, come up and sort of notices you walking down the street. He's like, "Hey, Rafael, what are you doing here? You were wearing something different when I saw you earlier today. It's nice to see you." And he,
I was?
Yeah, I saw you earlier today, about maybe 2 or 3 hours ago. You're walking around, but I guess change of clothes or something.
Well, I just got here.
Oh, that can't be true. You're just pulling my chain.
No, we did, right, Peter?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little weird. But I don't know what to say, but it's good to see you. And he just gives you like a little wave and stuff. Continues on the way. But yeah, that sort of leaves a strange.
When he says it, I go, hey, before you go,
Hey, yeah, what's up?
where did you see him?
Oh, well, so I know I saw him around the market, but I also I know he's always looking, and would say he to talk about Ralph. He's always looking for jobs, right? Right there, Ralph. But
Yeah.
I think I saw him around the boards, the town boards, a little further off. And you know that's basically it's sort of near the market. But there is it's sort of on the outskirts of the market. There's a little town board that's your typical location for want ads and lost cats and all the standard stuff.
Yeah. Say, all right, thanks.
Yeah. You want to go check that out?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll do that in the next episode.